Hey guys, what's up? Lemur here. Back at 5 a.m. in the morning. Just gonna do a quick VOD review. Um, got my new PC parts. My PC's running really well. I'm able to actually record the game while I'm playing, and I can run my computer perfectly fine. 144 FPS. Feels really good. Um, so I just got sort of everything set up, and I played two solo queue games today. Um, didn't particularly go the hottest. Still in Master currently. Fell out of Grandmaster, but I actually lost a game at 0 LP, and I didn't get demoted. So that's a big surprise for me, which is not a big deal if I get demoted, but just something interesting, I guess. I guess my MMR might actually be okay, because whenever I lose a 0 LP at Master, I always get demoted. Let's see if we can pause it really quick. Right here, okay. So this game was quite an interesting one because I actually haven't played against a Soraka mid since they changed it to try not to be a solo laner. But apparently it's still a good thing. It's still played top, and I guess it's still played mid. And so their comp, they kind of just scale into the late game with Taric, Soraka, then Jax, and then Lucian. Lucian's kind of like a off pick for them, but I think the Jax, the Soraka, and the Taric scale particularly well. Um, Our team comp is kind of, I'd say mid-gamey and kind of early gamey. I'd say Jarvan can get some really good ganks off. I think Ahri definitely shines in the mid game. Late game, I'm just gonna do no damage and not be able to go through their healing. Um, Caitlyn, I'd say, kind of spikes in the early game, has a little bit of a dip, and then scales pretty well, but at that point, I don't think she's going to be doing any damage to any of these people. And Jax is particularly good against Caitlyn because he can step on a trap, presses E, Caitlyn does no damage. Pyke, he hates healing, and this is what they are healing. Um, and so it's kind of an interesting game in draft, probably one that I maybe should have dodged, considering I looked up previous, before the game, that my teammates actually hadn't played, their champions, at all, except for maybe Pyke and me. Um, so that might have been, a good decision to maybe dodge, but I thought, I haven't played against Soraka mid, let's try it out. Um, so in the past when I played against Soraka mid, it was really focused on, farming, and then just, ignoring you, and then just scaling to late game. Um, And so I sort of just assumed that it's similar playstyle, so I decided to, when I show my runes in a second, I think I show my runes, maybe I don't. Anyways, well, I don't remember if I showed my runes or not, but I took water walking and transcendence, as well as electrocute. I chose electrocute this game because I think I need to kind of one-shot Soraka instead of go for a little bit of a glacial thing. We definitely need some damage somewhere, so that's kind of why I went electrocute. I think it was actually the right decision this game, but maybe if you think otherwise, we can discuss in the comments below. Um, I think glacial would have been okay at finding the engages, but I think we had enough engage options with the Malphite, with the Jarvan, and then even me without glacial, just R'ing in and flashing or R'ing in and just looking for a charm. Um, But yeah, that's kind of my reasoning for going electrocute this game, if anybody was wondering. So we'll get into the late phase. How do I go back a frame? Or, don't know actually how to go back 5 seconds. Um, but lane phase starts out and I do something interesting. So we watch my character. I kind of am walking up to try to kind of bait her to Q me. I'm not particularly trying to push the wave. Um, For instance, if I was trying to push the wave and get level 2 first and look for a level 2 trade, then I'd be autoing these constantly. Um, but what I'm just doing is I'm sort of just thinking it out and letting her push. The reason for this is my Jarvan was starting red, and oftentimes maybe Jarvan's path this way and go around and go for a level 2 gank on her, which I think is pretty viable in this situation. Probably can force her flash pretty easily, and she's clearly not respecting it based on how she's playing right now. Um, Almost mislost it there. I think I got that one. But I tab over to him and see where he's pathing, and instead of pathing this way, he's actually going this way, or to his blue, I guess. So I end up just hovering over here. Why I do this right now is because we know that Lee Sin started. We know that Lee Sin started red, and then he has two options. Okay. Lee Sin's two options, if we know he started red, is to go, go for like a level 2 cheese gang, which very unlikely, but it could happen. Do like a full clear on his red side, which is also pretty unlikely, and then gank mid, and then transition to his other side. Or what he's going to do is he's going to do red, then blue, then gromp, and then look for a gank. Or maybe he might even fit his wolves in there somewhere. Alright, and so right now he actually can't, like, the current time of the game at 210, we can kind of compare our own jungler. He just finished blue, he just started gromp. Lee Sin's probably around at the same point. And so it's actually perfectly safe to be here, but then in a minute, or like in about 20 seconds, then I move over to this side of the lane. We'll see if that's actually what I do, because there's also something else that can occur in situations like these. I definitely should be letting Soraka push here, even though I know I can out-harass her. I think just letting her push, like this right here, probably shouldn't auto the creeps like that. Probably shouldn't Q like that. Because I know my Jarvan wants to gank this Soraka, so pushing like that's kind of ent. So here, I do something very small, but very on purpose, I guess you could say. Okay. So what you can do to actually in the mid lane, specifically, it can work in top lane too, not as much on the bot lane. To set up for a gank for your jungler, if you walk on this side of the lane, automatically, usually the person, your opponent, will try to create as much distance as possible if they're in like a losing matchup or losing trading stance, and she'll like move over here, which is a better gank path for my Jarvan. But by doing this, I'm kind of exposing myself to Lee Sin, but we're kind of saying that we'll win this 2v2. If Lee Sin comes from the bush and goes on me, I'm just going to run this way and run to my Jarvan. But also, if I extend too much over here, it kind of gives away that the gank is coming, so I can't do it too bad. So he pings. I literally don't know how that misses, but might not even kill her because she has barrier. Wish I knew how to go frame by frame. I'm just really curious about this. It's not really a huge deal. She should always flash this. What? That was like the luckiest flash chart. Like it's like on top of her. But regardless, she should like always be able to flash that. So it's kind of like a risky gank to do. Ideally, then after this play happens, I think I misplaced slightly with my Q. It's kind of like a tilt Q, I think. I think I tilt Q'd. So something to note with this Q is why I call it bad. Is we get our flash. We know Jarvan's pathing to the right hand side. She knows Jarvan's pathing to the right hand side. If I don't Q here, it probably still pushes this way because of my Kata minion's full HP, but there's a chance that, maybe we can build up a wave and set up for a dive. Or maybe she Qs and it hits too many creeps so that it starts pushing to me. And so it's usually never good to Q here, especially if it hits all the creeps. I think my idea of queuing here was to try to use my passive to, get some of my health back because I was missing a little bit. But I think that's just incorrect. I should always not push the wave here. And so my jungler is just doing their raptors. So my jungler is doing their raptors. I'm safely able to play towards this side of the lane. You can see Soraka's playing towards this side of the lane, trying to signify that Lee Sin's up here. I pinged that Lee Sin's definitely over there, so does Jarvan. It's like incredibly obvious that it's like kind of like the plan that they're doing. He could even be in this bush just waiting for Scuttle Grab to come up at this point. So just knowing with no vision where the enemy jungler is something that's really, really helpful. That Q is also pretty bad. We want the wave to push into us, and it's kind of set up right here so that our Jarvan has an easier gank. But unfortunately, I did a pretty bad job, so he ends up going back to his wolves, and then, you know, the play's kind of over. We're not really setting up for a gank anymore. Here we don't actually see Lee Sin. We can assume he's over here, but we don't know for sure. So one thing that Lee Sin could have done is he could kill this crab and then walk back this way, so that's kind of why I ward this side right now. And so if I ward this side right now, I know that I could just play safe around this area like for a long time. If Lee Sin comes from up here, then I just walk this way. And so we got all this information from knowing he starts red and knowing that Lee Sin's like to, you know, do a path like this, all right? And then like looking for ganks and looking for enemy camps. But like say if it's like a Kayn or a Gragas, they usually like to like full clear and like do all this. Then it becomes a little bit more complicated because then it's like, where is he gonna finish his full clear? What time is he gonna finish it at? When's he gonna reset for it? All this different stuff. Get by the E here. Here it's pushing towards me, which is pretty good. It's pushing towards me just because the 3 versus 2. Ideally, I last hit that one slightly later. I checked to see our raptors. It looks like Lee Sin did take our raptors. It's kind of information I wanted to know, so I just tabbed my screen over there real quick. Jarvan's coming back. He could have been on a ward before and not swept it, so I just barely missed. If that hits, then we kill her, which is just really unfortunate. Here I get hit by a Q and just die. And so a small mistake I do here, right here. Ideally I just auto first, and then what I do here is maybe I'm a little bit further up, so maybe if I'm in this position it's slightly easier. I was kind of hoping that the Jarvan would land his EQ and then I follow up the charm after that. But I think I should just auto W here, or maybe not even auto W, because I want to use my W with my charm to get the damage amp. But maybe I just auto, and then like auto again until she like kind of jukes herself to death, so we get 2 free more autos, and then charm her. I think it was kind of like a hard charm to hit, but at the same time I could have made it a little bit easier. Also have to keep in mind that J4 is providing like a kind of body block right here, so she can't go directly this way without getting creep blocked, so she has to go like this way, or straight. It's like her options are like anywhere here, I guess here. Anywhere here. And so I think to get the best angle, maybe I walk up to here, and then look for the charm when she's in this area. It's hard to tell, because if I walk to here, then it kind of gets like this angle. But then you also have to keep in mind, I think moving to here and then charming is better, because I charm and then she walks towards me out of tower range. So I think I was just being a little bit impatient. I needed to wait maybe half a second longer, and I probably land it. Because you could see how slow she clicks, like to dodge, like very slow. I end up dying here, and I also waste my pot, which was kind of a mistake. I used it like after I'm already dead, because I'm already dead. But the thing that I played extremely bad here is I don't look at the minimap. I don't see him. I don't see him on the map, and I should always see him on the map, because like that's why I placed that ward. Literally, I know exactly what Lee Sin did. Oops, the sound. Don't want to blow your ears out. I know exactly what Lee Sin did. He did this, red into wolves, this. Then went B, probably looked for a gank somewhere here, and then went B, and then just immediately pathed this way. And so I like know exactly where he's gonna be, and I worded out, and then I just like didn't look at it while I was fighting. A good tip is like if say like the Malphite had saw, like he could have pinged maybe, but like you can't rely on your teammates to do that. But it's like, say for instance Malphite's fighting the Jax and I see Lee Sin on a ward and running in, like that would be something that really important for me to ping to ping the Lee Sin. But yeah, Obviously a big mistake by me. I could have just hid behind the creeps as they were coming in, and I just live 100% of the time. So that's a pretty big thing to take note of. Like just while I'm fighting, um, make sure I like look at the map every once in a while, especially if it's like early game jungle like this. So we saw Taric. We end up losing like 15 creeps for it, and it's pretty bad, but it's not the end of the world. If it was against something like an Echo, it'd be very difficult, but Soraka doesn't like dumpster you in lane, she kind of just dumpsters you later, because you can't kill anyone. So it's not like the end of the world yet. Just kind of trying to see if Lee Sin used flash there, because he didn't use it mid. Here's something that I learned from specifically the Bwipo talk. Bwipo and LS and whoever the third person was. Who was it? Dom? I don't remember, honestly. I think it was Dom. um, anyways, like Jarvan's been playing bot side for most of the game because he started red and like kind of, did all this. We're in mid, like was pretty much bot side the whole time. Our Malphite's kind of just been getting boned. And so I see this play bot happening. I checked it out and it looked like it wasn't like going to, nothing further was going to happen. So instead of like deciding to use my time like running bottom and like seeing if I could do anything there, whether I actually get this kill or not, it's pretty good for my Malphite because he's able to get the CS pretty freely. Whereas if I don't walk top, I think he has to give up a majority of this wave. And so you can see my water walking kick in. I'm at 380 move speed. That's like tier 2 boots. I'm pretty damn fast. It actually comes in handy up here. And so he probably would have maybe got dived if I didn't come top. I don't know how that charm misses. This game's been really unlucky on charms, like seriously. Here I ignite because Soraka. If they didn't have Soraka, I don't think I'd ignite here. But that charm luckily hits. We get Soraka, which is like super big. If you think about Soraka, it's kind of like Karthusel. So getting just like a kill even after they sort of like essentially Karthusel. Oh, this is stupid of me. I'm retarded. Anyways, even if we still get the kill, that's like a really high value right there. We saw Lee Sin bottom. So we see Lee Sin bottom. We see him right here. He's invading my jungler. I walk over to try to protect this control ward. If he continues doing this control ward, I was going to go on him. He stops. Pretty smart of him. The thing about this right now is I don't have Ignite because I used John Jack's top, and getting a kill against a Soraka without Ignite is very, very difficult. Right here, she messed up my Q with her silence, whether it was intentional or not sure. Here is a good example of either this is a stupid player or she's baiting, and I just didn't know. This would be interesting to check out in like a spectator view, because if I charm her here in like W and Q, I'm like 90% sure she still dies through barrier. Just because I'm going to be autoing her a bunch. Her silence is on cooldown, her R's on cooldown. There's like not much she can actually do if I dodge her Q with my R, which is like very easy. And so you have to like wonder why she's doing this. Obviously she's doing it to group up the creeps and Q, but like she could just be this dumb and like die. So it's debatable whether that was like smart of her. But I decided to stay here because I want to buy my Lost Chapter, and if I would be right there, I'd have to wait like 10 gold. And then also, I don't have a control word out on the map because my first buy I died and didn't have enough money. And so I want to get a control word out on the map because I feel like it'll help me roam a lot better. So, if we actually look at 5 seconds previously, sorry if I'm going a little bit fast. So right there, something to note is I probably, we see Lee Sin there, I kind of had bad movement because I was looking bottom, and so that's just something I need to work on as I press the F keys more. because I ran into all my minions and allowed her to hit me with a Q as well as all the minions, which is like ideally what she wants. If I stand over here and just Q this wave, it's perfectly fine. Even if she Qs me, I'm going B, so it's actually just bad of her to Q me. And she should know I'm going B any second now. So yeah. I should use my second refillable potion charge, so there's no point not to. Just will get me out of base. Actually not even that much faster because I'm waiting on mana, but maybe it gets me out a little bit faster. But here I'm pinging for my team. Like this is kind of what I was talking about. Like my team's like making a play, he's running away from someone. And I'm like kind of giving him a guide on where Jax is. Okay, let me see him up there. So here probably not the best control word. Why I say that is I already can like walk in the river pretty freely. And we already have a bunch of control topside right now. And so like what do we need currently, I guess, is my like currently like we need to be winning because we're like a mid game or we're gonna get outscaled. And so having like this control word doesn't actually do anything. It's like if we're playing safe. I think it kind of like shows, you know, I'm scared, but I'm not. Like I shouldn't be scared at all. Like I have my R, I have my flash. Like what? I'm against a Soraka. Like why would I be scared at all? And so if you think about it like that, is like I should place this control word for my current needs, not like for just because I wanted to place the control word to get it out of my inventory. And so I think after pushing this wave is like when I go place this control word here, or when I go place it here. Kind of hard to walk into the bot jungle because we're all making a play top, and potentially I need to go top. But anywhere deeper is going to be better than this ward right now because we're like trying to press our advantage so that we can win. If this game just goes even, we will for sure lose. And just make sure I'm recording. Sometimes I like get scared. I am not. So I decide to move into the bot jungle right here. Get a ward on the Raptors. I think that's a pretty good ward to get right now. And then here's like where I could have maybe placed my control ward. Lee Sin's apparently on this. He hits me with this. I deny his damage. If I have Ignite here, he dies. It's kind of like a worth trade. Trade 1 ult for 2. I take those every day. Here I'm just impatient. I somehow get hit by that. Like it's like my Ahri's tails are in it or something. It's kind of stupid that it actually does crazy damage. We see him here. I actually watch him. He stands still, and I know that he wards the right bush. God, I wish my support would do that. Anyways, so like that was like a small little trick. Like you see Taric or you see the support run mid. Like if they just like stand still briefly, that probably means they warded it. If Taric's slightly better, what he actually does is he like walks and like doesn't stop walking. So it's like he was like maybe looking for a roam or something, and then you know it doesn't give away that he placed this ward. That's just like the small things that can be refined to not be so obvious in like what you're doing. Right here we make a play bottom. I determined that I'm not needed in this play because Soraka's heading down, and I don't think I'm actually needed in this play. Like Soraka get to kill anyone. And so my team should just be able to back out here is, I think, the correct call. I missed some CS for no reason. But it's pretty good recall. We think maybe he's doing Herald, but we see him bottom, I think, in a second. So we saw Jax place this ward. I think he placed it at Herald. If I wasn't typing, I probably would have been looking, which would have been really good to do. We know Lee Sin's probably around this area, so we need to be careful. Probably hovering to this side will probably be the safest bet. I think getting a sweeper could have been potentially good the last buy. I could have swept out the mid lane, looked for easier roams. Looks like they're making a play top. Soraka has ulti, so it might not work, but I think it ends up working. I should have been looking to see if Soraka actually ulted. I actually wasn't sure if she did. I think I asked here. Here's something else that I do that I learned kind of from the Blippo video, and it's funny because the Blippo video is like not even like there's no league content in it. It's just like them talking about the game, them talking about mentality and stuff, and it made me realize like how important it is to do this as the mid laner. Is like my Jarvan's going B, my Pyke was top, my Malphite's going B. I don't remember if he has teleport up, but like my Caitlyn's about to catch like 20 minions. And so what I do here is I just provide her cover. Like I know if I go in on this, I probably die. Lee Sin could be here. He wasn't top, so they have Soraka ult probably. So I'm just providing cover for her and letting her get the minions freely. And yeah, here's Lee Sin. He may have been here to dive. And I think I might do this combo slightly wrong, but it ends up being okay. We'll see what I mean. Just like small mechanical things. So something that I could have done differently. Debatable whether it was better because he might have actually kicked me in time. But if you want the most damage out of an Ahri combo, you always lead with charm. So you sit in this bush maybe, and then charm. But I wasn't sure exactly what he was gonna do. And then I also was losing vision of him, so I kind of wanted to go immediately where I knew where he was. But ideally to do slightly more damage, I EQ RW, and then he probably just gets one shot. So I think that's probably the combo I should have gone for here. But it ends up working out. I ignite because Soraka ult, so which is unfortunate because now I can't really kill anyone. But that's just kind of how Ahri is. Oh, I could have stopped her recall if I was typing. Could I have? I think if there's various like small movements I could have done to stop her recall there. So like if I W and don't auto the minion at tower, it's kind of a big deal. If I stop her recall there, it's super big. Cause then I can get a recall at the same time. Oh, she's fast as fuck. What the hell? Shift tier 2 boots. Because I want to recall now to get my Ludens. That's 1050 gold spike. That's kind of where Ahri is like her strongest, I'd say, in the game. And maybe like one item after, and then she kind of just starts falling off because she doesn't do enough damage to kill anyone. And so like getting to that point is super important. Here's kind of a play where I should just ignore my Jarvan's pings and probably go B here and get my item. I think it ends up working out okay. I pinged that on my R, let the team know. That the Malphite played that really badly. I felt like it was necessary to flash there to try to save someone, but ends up not really mattering. Maybe could have charmed earlier. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna kill him, but I'm just gonna catch this wave and then probably go B to get my Ludens. Fortunately, did I get the kill or did Jervin get the kill? Okay, regardless, unfortunately I don't have enough money for my Sork shoes, which would have been a really, really big spike for me. You could argue maybe selling Doran'ring her Sork shoes could be good, because like I want to roam and impact the map as early as I can, and Doran'ring doesn't really do that. You could maybe argue that. So we pinged the Drake, our bot lane kind of just ran it down. We're making a play top, they decide to make a play bottom. It's kind of int. If you're ever a bot laner and you're making a play top, like, probably don't do anything that's too stupid unless you know you can win it. God, the silence is so annoying. I'm trying to like cue the wave. And then like makes me go weird areas. So it's kind of weird. We kind of expected them to actually do the dragon here because our bot lane died, but they end up not. Looks like Soraka ended up just running back mid. And here's a slight mistake I think I do. Not sure if it's a mistake or not. The thing is, we don't need to 50-50 this. Our bot lane's about to have prio. So like, I don't know why we're hitting this. Like, I should always let Pyke finish this and go mid. Just a small thing. So what should have happened here? So by now we realized that their bot lane just like decided to go B, okay? And then my bot lane can just push this wave and then we walk over, then we do dragon. It's literally as simple as that. And then we have Pyke there, we have Caitlyn there, like we just put traps over like the where Lee Sin would Q from, and then we just like Pyke Q threaten, charm threaten, and then it's like literally a free dragon. But we decided to rush it for some reason, which was probably just bad. So yeah. And then if we do that, we probably don't even need Malphite TP. So it's kind of just end, and we just let Jax get like a bunch of tower damage. I think he even kills the tower here. But it ended up still, I think, being worth it, because like if you think about it, like if this game gets to 4 dragons, like that means it's pretty much late game. Like, and at that point, the Soraka and Taric just like destroy our team comp. Like if the Taric has a brain and presses R when Malphite presses R, it's just like, wow, like how do we win the game? And so it was still worth it because we got kills, we got Soraka flash, we got Soraka barrier, we're about to get mid tower, about to get bot tower. So still like an overall net worth, but it could have just been better, I think, and more cleanly executed. And probably even still have gotten a kill on the Lee Sin who'd like YOLO in because it's solo queue. High time mid flash, looking around the map, see what Pyke's doing. I was really confused about that. Fighting top. I missed the range menu with my Q. It's a little weird. Oh, sorry, I'll erase the writing. Forgot about that. So we see Soraka go over here. We have to wonder what she's doing. She's probably not doing jungle camps. Maybe just helping Lisa in jungle. Maybe getting blue. Who knows? So we're gonna obviously start building to Morello. I think I already told my team that like we need an early executioners. Okay, we see her run top. This should never work. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. This was kind of like our big throw, I think. I think there's a few big throws this game. But that was like one that we know Soraka's walking this way. We don't see her mid. We literally have a ward mid. And so like that's the only thing that she could be doing. I should maybe ping it out a little bit better. But then you have to wonder what like our Pryke is doing. So like was he gonna like 1v2 the Jax Soraka? No. So like what is his plan, I guess? Also it just looked like he wasn't looking at his screen because he could have just eat away from Lee Sin. So here I can, if I go in on the Soraka here, I probably don't kill her because she actually doesn't have barrier up, but at the same time I didn't know exactly where Lee Sin was. As you can see, we see the TP back here. Kind of about to come in. And then I think we just both die. I think I probably should just leave there. But I felt kind of peer pressured. Yeah, that's really stupid of me. Why would I ever do that? It kind of feels like a KDA player move to just leave there, but like that's just definitely the right call. Trading me, like they would have just got Jarvan, like and maybe my ult, because Jax would be like super fast with his TP. But like I have a 300 gold shutdown, so it's just like not worth it for me to die for that. do as much damage as I can before I die, and just, it's not enough. And then, fortunately, we give it to the Jax. So Jax just got like 4 kills, I think. Maybe 3. I think 4. So yeah, he has the big shutdown now. So I kind of just was going to tell our team that we don't win till healing reduction, but felt kind of pointless because we were going to get it anyways. Like, I think they probably know that. And so if our team scales, like if our team is mid-game spiked and we don't have healing reduction, it's kind of like questionable, I guess. Like our Malphite should definitely have a Bramble Vest. I'm like trying my best to get my Morello. She's gonna get her Executioner soon, but ideally I probably shouldn't have to go Morello. Instead it's just Bramble Vest Executioners, but like I don't really know. Cause like maybe I do have to go Morello. Healing reduction just doesn't do enough in the game right now. It's too much healing. But it's still like necessary, like it's still good. Because it essentially does true damage. Like if at the end of this game I think I did top damage, but like if we add up even like my damage done by reducing their healing, it's like an absorbent amount probably. This doesn't make any sense why they're wanting to fight here. And so like I'm pinging, I'm just killing top tower. Like there's literally no reason for them to fight. Here like I look and I'm like, okay, I guess we're winning it. This ends up being good, but it's kind of like a weird fight. Like I thought we were just losing it. But I think I made all the right decisions. But I'm not sure if like we should have taken that fight. But I think we do need to kind of be a little bit risky because we are actually just behind right now. Because like this Jax is so fed, this Soraka is just gonna spam heal and the Tarek's just gonna scale. So maybe taking that risk was appropriate. Maybe I should have even been there instead of top. But maybe if I'm not showing top, they don't get caught out like that. So I'm checking for control ward. Here I probably shouldn't charm the dragon, instead I should save it for if Lisa jumps in like that. And then it looks like he just doesn't have a ward, or he has Herald actually. So pretty lucky of us for Jarvan to hit that. This might honestly just pure luck. Get my Morello, pretty happy about that. I'm gonna catch top. Baron's coming up, so generally the assignments it's gonna be me top, Malph bottom, and then Caitlyn Pike mid, Jarvan hover on mid. Hopefully they get Prio, rotate to one of our side lanes. I can get Prio very easily versus Soraka, but versus Jax, I kind of have to let him push because if he jumps on me, I just have to instantly ult. I see if he's on our Krugs. I kind of mini freeze right here. I missed that CS. Well, I call it a mini freeze because it's like I'm not freezing it for a long time, but why I do this is there's really nothing to get on the map right now. Our Malphite just went B. He was over here. He just pushed in that. We're not really doing anything right now. Caitlyn's just pushing. So I end up denying like 6 CS just for free. Maybe I could have froze a little bit longer, but I was like really confused because Malphite was heading top. So maybe we should press our advantage if Malphite's heading top. So from here, I run, and then I think we should just look for a fight, but it looks like they're all grouped up with Herald, and it seems like a kind of impossible... Oh, I didn't see that ward, I'm so fucking stupid. I didn't see that the ward, it wasn't deactivated, so they know exactly where I am. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is like already, like, I guess too late in the game. I charmed the Jax, I land my full combo, he's full health, like... He has healing reduction on him, but like, it's just too late, I think. Like, they could just step in traps and shit, like... I don't know. Kind of watching Lee Sin. He landed his Q on me. Here I'm just fishing for charms. Don't really want to flash. I kind of want to save it for my ult. I think our next play of action is probably just wait for my alpha ult and my ult. And then go in while they don't have Taric ult. I think that's just probably the best thing we could do. If the enemy team's smart, they just don't fight us in like the 20 seconds. I walk over here, but it looks like I'll probably die to Lucian if I walk that way, so I just tell our guy to kill it. Shouldn't have stepped in that Soraka queue, just had bad camera management there. And then now we're looking for a kill because we have our ults back up. So this is kind of just like, they can literally make one mistake here, and this is it. It's like looking for a play while they don't have their ults. And so we ended up killing Lee Sin. And we kind of have to do Baron, but unfortunately our Jarvan smites for that Lee Sin kill, which I'm very confused about. I call that there's no Terakar because like they just used it, and I feel like I thought it was like a 2.5 minute cooldown, but maybe it's been 2.5 minutes? I don't know. He ends up actually having it up for this fight, so that's why I'm like kind of pointing it out. But ideally, since we don't have smite, we just turn. But I think we turn a little bit too early. I think I played this fight pretty well. If I remember correctly, our Pyke misses that really bad. Taric was probably going to flash on me, but he was charmed. We go B here. So there's a little bit there's a few things that went bad here. Oh, fuck. A few things that went bad here. First of all, we should have let them come in a little bit more, but we didn't. We just like literally didn't let them walk in more. We just kind of like, we should like force them to step on the Caitlyn traps. Like I don't know why. Also, I should probably charm off the hook before she could flash, ideally. Because if we kill Soraka, we just like win, probably. Just look how much healing she's doing. Taric and her are doing so much healing even though we have healing reduction. And so yeah, just yeah. We don't do enough damage if we don't kill Soraka. So here I decided to buy a Void Staff. I think that the game's probably, like, Soraka actually has some MMR with her Athenes. And then they have Merc Treads and stuff, and I expect her to get more. A lot of the Enchanter items end up having magic resist on it. And, you know, she's probably going to build like a Redemption or a Mikhail's or something, which also has magic. Or Redemption? Does Redemption? Yeah, Redemption does, I think. Mikhail's does, and I think that also... Although the rest of the team might build some MR, so that was a pretty good buy. I don't think I'm ever completing Death Cap this game, based on how it's going currently, so I kind of needed some current damage. Here's a play where I'm not sure like what to do here. I actually just, it's kind of just, we're put into a bad position where we want to contest this dragon, but we don't for sure know where the rest of the team is. Maybe I sweep over here and then control ward here and then I walk in instead of like sweeping here then walking in. It's kind of like a hard decision to make, but playing with the team is probably more correct here. But also I want to try to go for a flank on Soraka since she doesn't have flash. I actually greeted super hard there. The Lucian should have killed me by how I played it. They literally can play, like the enemy team though, like they can play so bad and win this. It's like, it's very sad. I guess is the word. Like the Jax could just waste his TP like that for no reason. Like, and they could still win. And like Soraka can just, I don't know, it's just like, man. Do I have to play Soraka? Maybe. Here, Caitlyn wanted to buy her IE, then we end up fighting. My charm ends up missing. I think if it doesn't miss, we don't kill still, but maybe it's a little bit closer. The thing is I don't have my ult, and that charm misses too, like I don't understand. Pretty unlucky. So like that fight we shouldn't have gone for, just in general, because our Caitlyn wanted to buy her IE, and also I just didn't have a small trick I could have done there is, a lot of people don't know this, is my ulti was still up while I was dead. It's just like how it works. And so I could have actually like sold my Doran's ring, bought a Fiendish Codex, and then my ulti would have been like not on cooldown for another like 5 seconds. Like it'll count the CDR gained by the Fiendish Codex, if that makes sense. And then I could even refund it back. So that's just like a small note I could have done. I don't think it'll actually change anything because I am respawning and then I'll be up in like 20 seconds. Um, so their team plays it a little bit better, and it's like literally impossible to like get low from Baron against, you know, if they have Taric Soraka. So kind of impossible for our guy to steal that. Here's a play I'm not quite sure I should have done. And play as in I mean like literally like go hit these wards. Like hitting these wards actually doesn't do anything. Especially because I don't go kill the pink ward. I was like, wow, 10 gold. Oh, cool. I definitely, if what I should do here is I should either be top, pushing this out, and then going B to help defend mid, or I should be with my team here. But probably being with my teamer is not actually the smartest, because I saw Jack's recall. So I think if I just push here, and I would already be mid here, and then maybe a Pike doesn't die, we can look for an engage before they, you know, fully group. Lucian saying you'll hit a hook one day to our Pike. XD. We saw Taric ward over here. We saw him like walk and stop right here. So we had able to place this. Lee Sin should honestly just go kill the control ward. Like I can't kill Lee Sin. They actually just like destroy me. I wonder if I made this too obvious. Let's see. Like man, like what? The Jax plays this really well. So does the Lee Sin. E, Q, R. I'm just dead. It's kind of just insane that they both were like on the same page like that. They knew exactly where I was though, so maybe it's not super insane. Because they knew I was top and then I knew I placed this ward. EQ. I can R out of this. I just didn't expect them to be this fast at like going on me. I think ideally I R over this wall right here, because I'm already in range before this happens, and then it makes like a lot of sense. This play probably is a winning play, because we kill Soraka still, I think, if I do that. Because we see how close this fight goes, I think. No, we probably still lose. We probably still lose the game here. I tilt zoom in, and then we lose here. But like, I don't think it was an entirely bad game played by me. I think we'll go over some things. Like, sorry, I was kind of like leaning back in my chair near the end of that. So like, some of the things that were good. So the positives. I think I did my roam bot to help Caitlyn farm was really good. And if I could do that more often and like gauge what's more worth, like me going top, me going bot, and like choosing the right decision, I think that's like super good, and that's like kind of like one of the hardest things to do, and I think I did it really well this game. Let's see. I think identifying item choices. I think I identified my items correctly this game. Maybe sell the Doran's ring for Sork shoes earlier. Maybe that could have been a play. and rune choices. I think water walking actually was the correct play here. I don't think any of the other runes really do anything for me. Like, I'm trying to think, like, Gathering Storm doesn't do anything, Scorch doesn't do anything, Mana Flow doesn't do anything, Nimbus kinda does some stuff, Null Sphere doesn't do anything. I think water walking was really good. I don't think I need Presence of Mind. I don't think I need Coup de Grace. Don't think I need the Tenacity. Don't think I need Stopwatch. Don't think I need Minion Demos. Don't think I need Bone Plating. So I think water walking was actually the right decision, and like I never go water walking, and I really liked it this game. I think it really helped out. Like it pretty much got me that kill top lane on the Jax. I think because I was running there fast, and I was able to chase him down in the river. So I'm really happy about that. I think we'll get back to the positives. I just remembered a negative. You know, watching minimap while making play. For instance, you know, when sorry, I'm trying to get my pen. When during the mid play I had this warded, and then we were making this play. If I had just been on the left side of the lane, I just live. But I just like wasn't paying attention. But then just like with that, help teammates by paying if they are fighting, or just in general. Because it's a team game, and just helping out your team will overall be good. And let's see what else. I guess I should call it negatives. I was like learning points. Could have sold item and bought CDR to reduce ult CD one time. I mean, expect them to react faster if they know where you are. So I think there's two good examples of this. So for instance, if you recall the play where I'm sitting in this bush down here, I'm looking at the minimap right now, and Lee Sin's killing this ward here. He doesn't know I'm in this bush because like he assumed like I'm maybe over here or something, and I end up RE, QW and all that. Okay, even though we determined that that combo was probably wrong. Anyways, he didn't know I was there, and so he didn't react in time. Maybe if he reacted in time, he ward hops or flashes or something, or he, pings Soraka to use ult. All right. But for instance, when I was over here, I showed top lane, and then I went and control warded here. Then they knew where I was, so I maybe need to be a bit quicker on things. Like maybe REQ, and then I R out instantly. Whereas I was trying to like get my W off when that really wasn't something that I can realistically do. Something else that maybe could have been a better play here as well is like I place the ward here, and then I recall and then like go to this side, and because they might assume I'm over here, and then they wouldn't expect this. But maybe they have a ward here and it doesn't matter. But that's like a play that I didn't even think of like till just now, and could maybe be a pretty unique play that could be like fight winning. Because maybe like if they always know I'm coming from the left hand side, I shouldn't even have an angle on the Soraka. I don't even know how I would like manage to land the charm on her. But yeah, let's see what else. But yeah, that's kind of like expecting them to react faster if they know where you are. That's pretty much exactly what I mean. Is they knew where I was, so the Jax and the Lee Sin react immediately, and I just died. Whereas the Lee Sin, when I was bot lane, didn't. I think I identified matchup win conditions pretty well. I think maybe we shouldn't have been trying to focus on killing the Soraka with the Jarvan and instead just trying to snowball the other lanes. But we were really close in killing her level 2 and he was level 3. Like the charm was literally like on top of her. It was just really, really, really unlucky. Um, so like maybe that goes into like having more patience with the charms if you can. And then to go along with that is like using W after the charm lands to do more damage. That's just like a better thing to do is to charm and then W because it does maybe like 15, 20 extra damage early game. I can make this bigger, I guess. Bond. Um, but yeah, I think this is actually like a pretty good game. This ended up being the game. I did 19k damage, almost the most in the game, and then if we count the healing reduction, probably the most. Trying to like, I think my control word. Oh yeah, this is a big one. It's kind of like one of the things I learned from Slay the Spire. It's like, I guess, kind of like a positive and a learning point. To be honest, is like, um, getting vision for what I need now. Um, um, like I need to snowball, so I need to get better vision, not shitty vision. Cause like that left bush is just like literally shitty vision. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this is like literally my ward that I played. No, it's not. But like better vision would be able to track Lee Sin better, able to more freely roam into the river. Like if it was in a pixel bush on the left or right hand side of the river. Probably the right side of the river would be the most useful because dragons were like a big point of play. Um, thing is my 2 games today, like it's actually so funny. It's like really fucked up actually. Um, both games today, I think the jacks, it's like so weird. All right, let me get my pen real quick. Um, the Jax pops off. Then he has like a support mid laner and like obviously another support. All right, and it's just like weird because like my game I just played before this, where I also played pretty well, except for solo dying one time. The Jax popped off, and then he has a support mid laner, and then a Soraka. It's like I think specifically that comp is very like low skill floor to play. And so maybe in solo queue, like if I really want to win and climb, dodging when I'm against like team comps like that, it might be a good idea. Or like banning Soraka or other like support mid laners. But I don't know. Like it's a very bad what's the word, like combination for Ahri to fight. Like Ahri's a champion that um, is pretty weak in lane. Um, until she hits 6. I'd say she's probably like a C tier laner before 6. After that, she's maybe B or A tier. Um, but probably not A tier. Probably like B tier. Um, and so like if you don't have a laning phase versus a Soraka, like I maybe could have played it a little bit more aggressive, but like I don't think I kill her, so it's like kind of questionable on whether my roams were just better. Because if I play aggressively against her, then I'm not able to roam as much. So you had to think about the trade-off, and I think my roams were decent. Um, and so that's just like something for Ahri, like to think about with Ahri is like if you can't kill them later, like what do you bring to the table? Maybe I have chosen Glacial? Should maybe I have built a tank? Not probably not, but like just like think about different possibilities. Maybe I should have just picked a different champion. I think I picked Ahri into Soraka, but I thought it was a support Soraka. So Um, that's just kind of something to, to think about, I guess. Yeah, it's 6.8 CS per minute, 6.1. Probably could be higher. Trying to think about times that I like didn't farm and maybe could have. I think there was one time I probably could have killed the Krugs and I didn't. Um, Other than that, obviously, just like hitting my last hits better. Um, yeah, I think it's just like a very, very hard thing to win. I think I definitely played better than both of the mid laners in these games, but that doesn't matter. All that matters is like if I can actually carry the game when I'm given like a lead. Because like, I mean, like it doesn't like if I lose if I if I lose the game, it doesn't matter if, like that I won lane or like did better than the opponent. Like Soraka's not designed to just stomp you. It's designed to just sort of like be a thing that just like wins. So, anyways, I've been kind of just rambling for like the past like 5 minutes, but it's like something that I wanted to like talk out. Um, but yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Um, might be doing another VOD review or maybe Slay the Spire. I don't know. Really love my new PC, so probably going to be doing these a lot more because I love watching my own point of view rather than just like the spectator clients. There are things that I like don't get from it, like the Lee Sin's jungle pathing, but I think there's a lot more valuable stuff for everyone to learn from. For instance, you know, when I was moving my camera to see if my Jarvan killed the raptors, like that's important. Or like the Lee Sin killed the raptors, because then that means that he might be slightly delayed going this way. Or when Tarek had warded the right bush. There's like a bunch of small things that you can get from watching a player's POV. Um, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you later. If I can click the stop record button. Alright, bye.